Hello, nerds! We have a tiny show. There is no two ways about this. Every section has very little to talk about, though we do have at least something in every section. Yes, I'm looking at the notes right now, and we have at least one piece in each section, and that's also including the rumor mill. We only have one piece in that section, so without any further ado, let's hit that intro. Okay, housekeeping. I am working on a couple of things. If you are following the website, then or you've on the social medias, because I posted it to the Facebook the other day, I did do a written review for Bloodshot. If you are interested, then go check that out on the website, generallynerdy.net. There's going to be some more different things going up. I'm working a vlog, actually, kind of, sort of, right now. You'll see when it gets posted. Anyway, that being said, guys, that's really all the housekeeping we've got. Still gearing up for Comic-Con season. Still don't know exactly what that's going to look like, so as things develop, I'll keep you posted. Now, let's cut into music, and we've got two pieces in music. Like I said, it's going to be a quick one. First up is a follow-up to the Eat the Day piece we talked about in the last episode. The record obviously did not get released this week. However, the announcement the official date has been announced. There we go. So the official date for the demos record from Eat the Day, which again is the Wes Borland project that he immediately started after leaving Limp Bizkit back in 2006? 3? Whatever. Back when Wes Borland quit the band, the first thing he started working on was Eat the Day. And nothing has been heard from that band since, because they were trying to find a vocalist, and again, long story short, the music never got finished because they didn't have a vocalist. Now Wes and his brother are releasing the demos that they have, so hopefully they're so presumably they are just instrumental tracks. There's 8 songs. I did not write down the track listing, though I might be able to copy paste it into the show description down below, because we don't have a whole lot of text down there today. But anyway, so the release date is April 8th, so we are about a week out from that. Kind of stoked, not gonna lie. Think that's gonna be pretty awesome. That's all we have, though. Just that little quick follow-up. Next is a piece about ministry. About ministry. Al Jurgensen and friends are dealing with the quarantine the way a musician should be dealing with the quarantine, the way I am dealing with the quarantine. They are writing new music. They have quarantined themselves in the studio, according to Jurgensen, and so presumably, and from what he has said, they will not come out until they have a new album, so we're going to get new ministry music. That's pretty freaking awesome. That's all we have for music, though. Let's talk TV streaming. TV streaming, we have some good news, still coronavirus related, but good news nonetheless. We have some shows on the CW that have been announced to be returning. I'll run through the list of the dates, the show that's coming back, and the date that it is coming back. First, we have Nancy Drew coming April 8th, Riverdale coming April 15th, Katy Keene, April 16th, Flash and Legends of Tomorrow, April 21st, Batwoman and Supergirl, April 26th. There has not been any dates announced for Supernatural. They only have like an episode or two left to air anyway, so kind of being jerks about just not airing it, but I don't know if they're completely done and they got pushed back and all of the things happened because Corona, so still, I feel like you've got one episode, or less than 3 episodes at least, left to air. Just air it, man. Just rip off that Band-Aid. Whatever. So, Supernatural and Legacies, both as of taping this, have not been announced as to when they will be returning to the CW. That very well could change by the time I go to upload this, because that's the nature of the news. That being said, that's all I have about the CW. Now we're going to talk about Netflix, and we have a couple of renewals and non-renewals over on Netflix. So I'll give you the dry information, and then I'll kind of color it with some opinion. So first we have October Faction and V-Wars. Both have been canceled. And then we have Locke and Key has been approved for a second season. Now, having not watched V-Wars, I cannot speak to the quality of that show. However, having watched the over half of the season of October Faction and then just getting frustrated and not caring about it anymore, so I stopped watching, can understand why they didn't bring that show back. Now, the contentious piece is Locke and Key. There's so much different from Locke and Key, the show, versus Locke and Key, the book, that it's hard to say that I don't like it because it's so different. Because it's its own thing and and exists in its own world. Alright, so that being said, Locke and Key as a show, as a piece of single entertainment, I don't know why this got brought back. I mean, I know why, because it got a lot of viewers. Everybody freaking watched Locke and Key, and some people really dug it. I'm not trying to throw shade at them, I just didn't. Like, again, having not read the entirety of the Locke and Key series, though we do have that new book coming out, so it's not completed like we thought it was up until very recently. That being said, like, just as a viewer of things, there was so much about that show that just was executed so poorly that it was, I don't understand why it was as popular as it was. That I don't know. I just feel like they could have done better. Hopefully in season 2 they will. That is all we have though for TV streaming. And now we've got movies, which actually is our largest section of the episode. Movies! We've got 3 pieces. Woohoo! So first off, we're talking about Sony. Sony just joined the production pack, if you will, of theaters, of movie companies, and has started pushing back the release dates of their movies. So, we have some dry information. We have Morbius has been moved to March 19th of 2021. Everything has been moved back significantly. So, Morbius is March 19th, 2021, so we've got all of the rumors that are going to be happening between now and then. We have Ghostbusters, which really sucks, has been moved back to March 5th of 2021. Again, basically moved everything back a year. Really stinks in the case of Ghostbusters, but, I mean, it is what it is. You can't really do a whole lot about it. And then Uncharted, the Tom Holland movie, is moved back to October 8th of 2021, and Venom 2 actually has stayed right where it is. Venom 2 is October 22nd of this year, and presumably they haven't moved it because it's already into post, so all they're doing is special effects and all that jazz. Hopefully they won't have to do any reshoots anytime soon, because they can't do any reshoots anytime soon. But either way, because it is so far along in production, and because the assumption is that the coronavirus lockdown and such will be abated by mid to late summer, October being beyond that time frame, there is no foreseeable reason to move the release date of Venom 2, which is great. I'm totally okay and on board with that. That is all we have about Sony. Now we're going to talk about one that actually, again, broke when I went to freaking publish last week. The Dragon's Lair movie that Netflix bought the rights to now has Ryan Reynolds attached to it. So there were a couple of sources that were saying slightly different things about this. Most of them were saying Ryan Reynolds is the man that is going to be producing and starring in the film. However, 1 or 2 of my sources were saying it actually hasn't been officially signed yet. They're just in negotiations. Either way, Ryan Reynolds is the guy that Netflix is at the very least courting to do the thing, which would be kind of awesome, because that game kind of deserves a little bit more spotlight for being fairly revolutionary, although very dated at this point. Either way, Ryan Reynolds, kind of can't really do a whole lot wrong. I know he's done some lemons in the past. I just watched one on Amazon, Paperman, if you're interested in watching a very strange, kinda sorta comedy that involves Ryan Reynolds and Emma Stone. Yeah, and then Jeff Daniels and Lisa Kudrow. It's weird, and I feel like it's really early in Ryan Reynolds. I don't know, I don't remember the date. Anyway, bird walking, because we've got the room, because there's nothing going on in the news. So yeah, Ryan Reynolds doing a thing for Netflix, gonna be a video game movie. Hopefully it's going to be great, because of the distance of time between when the game came out versus when the movie is likely to come out. Yeah, probably very little fan backlash if they take some artistic liberties. That is all we have there. Now we are talking about the Fast and Furious franchise. No, not Fast and Furious 9. We already talked about that. It has been moved back to April of 2021. We are talking, though, about Hobbs and Shaw 2. The Rock has confirmed that the movie is in early stages of development. So it is theoretically going to happen. No idea if it's 100% been greenlit. They made a boatload of cash on that movie, though, so I can only imagine, yeah, sure, they're going to do another one. No word from anyone else attached to the production. Vin Diesel specifically is who I'm thinking of to confirm or deny. But, I mean, if it's coming from the star's mouth, and The Rock kind of has a lot of pull in Hollywood these days, no reason to believe otherwise. That is what we have for movies, though, guys. Now we're moving into gaming, and only one piece in gaming, and it is about Final Fantasy VII. And actually, this one, if you're watching or listening somewhere over in the UK, Europe in general, or Australia, then you already know this. The Square Enix has shipped copies of the game to those parts of the world so that they could circumvent the coronavirus and still make a couple of bucks. Ahead of the April 10th release date, which the rest of the world apparently is still getting, those places get it early, and actually some places already have it. There are theoretically people out there who are streaming playthroughs of Final Fantasy VII, the remake. Yeah, I haven't seen anything, because Square Enix has requested that these people be kind to their fellow gamers and not spoil anything. So that's pretty cool that they sent it out, but also pretty cool that they're thinking about the other gamers who haven't yet had the ability to play the game. So pretty awesome. That's all we have for gaming. Now let's talk about comic books, and we actually have two pieces in comic books, and they're actually both very, very similar. They just have to do with different artists. First, we're talking about Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld is auctioning off art. He's creating new original pieces of anything, basically. He's doing, it sounds like he's basically doing commissions. People are suggesting things, he's drawing them, and then he's auctioning them off, with the proceeds going to help local comic book shops, which is kind of amazing that, somebody with that much stature in the industry is like, look, this is where we all come from. We need to make sure that this part of the industry stays alive, and I'm going to do my part. Now, the only weird thing about this is it has not yet been made known as to what comic book shops he's going to be sending this money to, how it's going to be collected and sent. Presumably, there's some sort of auctioning thing that people have figured out on Instagram, and that's where he's doing this. This is not the first time I've seen Instagram auctions happen. It's just, he has been kind of scant on the details, so a little hesitation when it comes to that, because I don't want to be just sending Rob Liefeld my money if he's saying that it's going to a great cause. I would send Rob Liefeld my money because I want his artwork, sure, but if he's saying it's going for a thing and then it doesn't end up going for the thing, that's pretty underhanded. Not saying that that's going to happen, just saying that with the lack of details, that's kind of sitting in the back of my head and probably in the back of many others as well. So the other piece we have in comic books is very similar. Mike Mignola, who is the creator and artist and all of the things for Hellboy, is drawing comic books again. He said he's no longer doing comic books after the end of the Hellboy series, and that was, I believe, a year ago, if memory serves. But now with the COVID-19, all of the coronavirus issues that are going around, he is doing something very similar to Rob Liefeld. He also is creating original works, only his are from the depths of his crazy mind, and he's going to be auctioning them off via eBay. So I will try and find, I couldn't find it when I was doing the research for this because I was kind of just getting the notes and moving on, but I will try and find the link to his eBay store so that you, if you so desire, can purchase these original pieces. There are some really amazing pieces. I really like Mignola's art. I think he's friggin' brilliant. But his is not going to support the comic book industry necessarily. His is going to something a little bit larger. Mignola is going to be doing the fundraiser for the World Central Kitchen. So all of the proceeds that Mignola creates, all of the money he raises is going to the World Central Kitchen. So people, they're helping out people who need food during the coronavirus and all this. So pretty awesome on both counts. But that's all we've got. Now we're talking rumors, and rumor mill, guys. I'm sorry. I was really like scraping. I was going to my least favorite sources, like some of the stuff that's just obviously not gonna happen, and there was still nothing to report for rumors from the last 4 days. 3 days, 4 days, whatever. The only thing I found was Super Mario. So we have a Super Mario rumor that is going around the industry, and actually this one is basically all but confirmed by Nintendo, but because Nintendo hasn't mentioned it at all, no hide nor hair of anything about this, it's still technically a rumor. So, the industry is reporting that we are going to be seeing some remakes that Nintendo has apparently been hard at work on for some time of Mario games. This year is the 35th anniversary of Super Mario, so that's presumably why, like, it makes freaking sense. The only thing is, we're not going to be getting a remake of the original game. That game's been remade quite a few times. We are going to be getting remakes of some of the quote-unquote 3D era, to borrow a phrase from another franchise that I'm a giant fan of. So the 3D era of Mario games. I almost said Mortal Kombat. So yeah, the 3D era, it will include, but is not limited to, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 3D World, and also rumors of a new Paper Mario title in the works. Not a reboot, but a remake or remaster or whatever you want to call it. Not one of those, but a brand new Paper Mario title. Paper Mario games are usually a whole lot of fun. The switch between the two dimensions, 3 dimensions, really awesome, and a whole lot of great platforming fun. So there's nothing bad about this. If this actually is true, and again, there were so many people reporting on this rumor that it might as well have been confirmed at this point, even though it hasn't been. That's all the rumors, though, guys. I'll try and find new sources for the next episode if this trend continues. Though this isn't a trend; it's only happened once. It happens to most guys, right? Anyway, that's what we've got for rumors, guys. And that's what we've got for the episode. What did I miss? What should we talk about in the next one? Let me know in the comments down below. If, though, you want to go deeper into the conversation, jump over to the website, generallynerdy.net, or the Patreon if you want to support and get even more in things and content. That's the word I was looking for. Patreon.com/generallynerdy. You can help. You can get more content. You can be a part of the conversation. All of this stuff, again, is linked from the website, generallynerdy.net. There's actually some more things going up on the website that aren't anywhere else, although they will find their way over to the Patreon here in the next few days, being movie reviews and such, so go check that out as well. Written reviews, because filming and editing takes a lot of time, so writing is slightly faster, and I'm trying to get as much content out as possible right now. Anyway, thank you guys again very, very much for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. You know, one of these two boxes right here below my face will have a link to other things going on the channel. And before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.